After having practiced breath meditation over some time, this moment at the beginning can feel like returning home, like sitting down with a trusted friend. The breath is here for us. The breath is here to guide us as we learn to let go of sources of suffering that we really don't need, and really, when you look at them, try as they might, they don't do us a bit of good. And bless their hearts, as we say down south. Bless their hearts. They just don't do us a bit of good. So the breath, it gives us an alternative. It gives us a refuge. And in the beginning, we find the breath through the way that we experience breath with the body. It's right there. It's occurring. We don't make it happen. It's there because we're living. And as we practice, as we train our minds over time, we learn to ride that wave of the ease that comes with that initial contact with breath. And to apply our attention and to sustain that attention with the experience of the physical breathing. Knowing each in-breath, knowing each out-breath, until after a while, usually 30 minutes or so, but that is going to be different for different people. Let it take a while. Then that contact with the breath starts to become more compelling than the things that call to us from other places in our mind. It's almost like we get stuck on the breath. There's an adhesion. We want to stay with it at that point. And it can take more energy to pull it away from the breath, to pull the attention away, than it does just to remain right there through the whole breath. Through the whole body. And then the tranquility that naturally comes with that flavor of breathing. It becomes the way we're experiencing the breath. And we train ourselves. We understand this is beneficial. You stay with this tranquil breath and body. Until the enjoyment of all the letting go we've done to be this absorbed in the breath, that feeling of enjoyment becomes the breath itself. And breath is no longer an experience of body, it's an experience of feeling. Each in-breath, each out-breath is in the feeling of enjoyment, in the pleasure. And we continue with that practice, knowing the breath is feeling, watching how that shifts from a more intense rapture flavor of feeling to a softer pleasure, and then tranquilizing that perception and that feeling. That happens naturally. And we can also give it a little nudge, invite the calming and the stilling of even that pleasant contact with breath. Things change. And that changes very naturally. When the experience of breath as body is stilled, and the experience of breath as feeling is stilled, then we encounter breath as mind. Aware of breath as mind. Gladdening the mind. Concentrating the mind. Liberating the mind. All that's left to see is impermanence. There's nothing to cling to. And so there's letting go. Fading away of the attachment and letting go into release.